are our main stories tonight on the 29th of October 2030. The government intends to stick to its innovation policy. This was made clear in a speech held by Finance and Innovation Minister Ingunn Jensen as the budget for 2031-34 was presented today. Jensen underlined the continued and increased government funding of the trade councils. A survey carried out by the Employment and Innovation Research Institute, AIFI, shows that an increasing number of the oldest of the elderly, i.e. people over 90, start new businesses. There was a heated debate before a large audience today as the chairman of the Body and Civilization Association, Jonas Dammen, met Richard Enigma from the Universal Perspective during the Body Politics and the Future theme conference today. The head of Statbrain, Leif Norrigard, denies allegations that the board knew that the middle management received kickback for their services. Finance and Innovation Minister Ingunn Jensen proudly presented the government's plans for increased support for trade councils. Norway's International Company for the Development of Technology, NITU, and several of the innovation centres are guarantors for this renewed engagement. According to Jensen, this expansion will primarily seek to promote further development of water production and export.
The expansion of business councils serves several purposes. We need to improve business relations between the various sectors and promote cooperation between the new raw materials industry and biogene technological communities in particular. In the national water production, for instance, we have witnessed this industry dropping behind in the competition because they were unable to incorporate test results from the biochemical industry quickly enough. Further, we intend to change the structure of the business councils, crossing existing sector lines. One single council may comprise several trade organizations, parts of the trade unions, research institutions, politicians, and consumer organizations.
A spokesman for the work organization, which include the former labor unions, say to MITV that the organization will propose the incentive programs to increase the average retirement age from 75 to 80 years. Ingar Paulsen of Post 90 says that this survey seems to confirm the notion that senior citizens are much healthier than portrayed in the media. He says that the authorities now need to integrate this group in the Innovation Centre system. Jonas Dammen and Richard Enigma are once more at loggerheads. This time during the theme conference Body Politics and the Future, which was organised by Universal Perspective. After being accused by Dammen of betraying humanity with his attitude to bio and gene technology, an angry Enigma retorted that Dammen is a conservative paragon. Worse than the museum wardens of the left of the last century, he said. This debate is expected to continue in debate mode. The pressure against the Statbrain board continues following yesterday's revelation that one of the managers who was fired has claimed in police interviews that it was common knowledge that several of the managers received kickbacks for government orders, and that Leif Norrigard and his associates were aware of this too. Leif Norrigard is deeply upset, claiming that the men charged in this case are trying to use this misinformation to reduce their sentences. Of course, I knew nothing of such practices, he says. There is an increasing problem of corruption due to greed and a lack of responsibility. No stone will be left unturned, as we intend to get to the bottom of this case, Norrigard says. Independent observers tend to regard the Statbrain corruption scandal as a direct result of flaws within the present system. Professor Ståle Reinertz has the following comment.
There is an enormous potential for corruption within the present system due to widespread government ownership. The only way of dealing with this type of corruption is changing the system.